Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we're back. There is plenty to talk about, so let's get right into it. You two watched, you guys have been fucking giggling like two schoolgirls about episode 8 of Atlanta, the last season. I have not watched it, so you guys can like do your talk, but don't talk about it so you don't ruin it for me.
So here's the thing, right? This is what got me to watch it. Someone told me, "Hey, have you seen this? You should watch it." And then she sent me the screenshot, which has the title of the episode. And the title of the episode, Jay, is "The Goof Who Sat by the Door."
See, all right, I'm gonna watch that tonight. I want to see it right now. I kind of want to pause this episode and go watch it. That's great.
It's a very good episode. I would like to congratulate JTD on his acting job. Yo, the main dude
he
looks just like
does.
JTD,
He does.
He looks just like him, yo. And he did a phenomenal job. So congratulations to JTD, doing big things as always. Look,
that's funny.
This is a documentary about the first Black CEO of Disney, and he wanted to create the blackest Disney movie that there ever was.
Okay,
and he was in charge of creating a Goofy movie. Now, a Goofy movie.
Of course.
A Goofy movie has long been like, Black people have claimed a Goofy movie.
Yes.
Yeah,
it is common knowledge amongst our community that they have claimed a Goofy movie, right? You know Goofy, a nigga, right? Like that's a line in the fucking show. And this documentary is so good, it will make you think that it is real.
These guys are fucking geniuses, man.
Like the first 5 minutes, I'm sitting here like, I swear, like, no. Like I used to watch all of the Disney movies, and I don't remember any of this. It doesn't make any fucking sense. What? And then I'm like, oh, you okay? So
now, as a person, Terrence, that watches a bunch of documentaries, how good was this mockumentary? Look, for me, I thought it was phenomenal. I think that I don't like throwing this word around a lot, but I think everyone involved in the creation of Atlanta, I think collectively they are a genius. I think that the writing, to retroactively like reverse engineer this story out of a Goofy movie is brilliant, and to do it with a Black spin on it, knowing that Black people have claimed this movie, it's inspired, and it really makes me sad that this is the last season of Atlanta.
It feels like it's getting better and better. Like they really have hit their stride as far as like these sort of like deeper parodies and things like that. Like especially over the last like 2 seasons. So it's a bummer.
Yeah, this episode, I guess, like you said, I do watch a ton of documentaries, and this felt like they hit the perfect. It was perfect. Like that's how these new documentaries are. They have the interviews, and then they have like reenactments, or they have actual footage and shit like that. And it was done in such a way, like I said, a lot of people were like, "Is this real?" Some people probably still think that shit is real.
I was looking up names. I was like, hold up. Because they got an old looking white man who looks like he could have been.
He could have been an animated.
Nah. I gotta Google this shit. I gotta Google it because this is amazing.
I refuse to be made a fool of in public. I need to know if this is real.
Like, it would no bullshit. Like, this looked like a legitimate documentary. I mean, like, they're not that difficult, I guess. Like, because most documentaries are pretty much the same. It's just subject matter. But yeah, they made you think this shit was real. And it was fucking impressive.
And it's wild because
like one person or some shit like that. That's crazy.
And it's wild because like certain episodes of Atlanta are based on like real life things, right? Like that episode where the kids were essentially abducted by the two white women.
Yeah,
man. Like that was a real story.
The way it ended was not how it ended in reality, and it was fucking beautiful the way it ended. It was awesome.
Yeah, thankfully Atlanta, of course Atlanta's not going to have that horrific fucking ending in their version of this story. But yeah, man, look, it's a one-off. It's called The Goof Who Sat by the Door, yo. I mean, do you need any other reason to watch it?
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. What a profoundly amazing movie that is. The Spook Who Sat by the Door is an incredible film. If you've never seen it, do yourself a favor. All right, so there you go. All right, I will make that my business to watch that episode. Look, I've known Micah since I was 14. I have known Terrence for over 10 years at this point. I thought we were friends. I thought we were all friends. And then these two assholes got on this show last week and were like, yeah, Barbarian, you should definitely watch that. And I believe, Terrence, you said something that, looking back, might be the worst thing you've ever said to me, which is, I think your wife would probably be okay to watch this. I thought that's what you
say that.
Oh, okay.
I thought say that shit. What the fuck?
Okay. As I was like,
absolutely not. No, Pearl. Did I say no? I didn't think I was.
No, it wouldn't have been Pearl either.
There was something. It was not this.
Okay. All right. Okay. Because I was like, nigga, send me your address. We gonna fight. What the fuck are you talking about? No, look, Barbarian was great. All jokes aside, I loved it. I thought it was absolutely nuts. I will not give anything away. I highly recommend it. It's on HBO Max, like you guys said last week. But you guys are absolutely right. Like, the less you know going in, the better the movie is. Because my nephew, who's a big horror fan, he hadn't seen it yet, and I messaged him. I'm like, you should watch Barbarian, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm sure, so and so is going to do an amazing job in this. I was like, okay. Like, you just let me know. You let me know what you think when you're done with it, because I couldn't get a beat on that movie. Like, for a long time, I just could not get a beat on it, which I think is the mark of like a pretty interesting horror movie, that it was not like by the numbers and stuff like that. I just thought it was great. It was a really great concept. So yeah, totally dug it.
This year has been really good for horror movies. Like, really good.
Yeah, Halloween, right? Like,
Halloween Ends is.
I've quite literally heard no one say it's good. I've not heard a single person say it's good.
Overall, they hit you with a swerve.
Have you seen Smile?
No, I haven't seen it. I do want to see it, though.
I want to see Smile. Yeah, I want to see.
I heard Smile was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nope. No, that just looks creepy as fuck. I'm not a fan of that shit. Terrence, you watched All Quiet on the Western Front, the new Netflix version of this.
I didn't know there were so many other versions. I knew there was one in 1930. I didn't know there was a 79 version and like a 19. I don't know, maybe one more. This is good if you like war movies. I never read the book, of course. I don't really read. It's good. It's depressing because there's really, how war movies, like, you go to war and like the main characters have a set goal, right? In the war movie, we got to get this done, or we have to get this letter to. Like, in 1917, they had to get a letter to somebody to let them know, hey, just don't have that. It's just a bunch of kids who want to fight for their country, and they go into war. They're all happy at first, and then when they go into war, they're like, "Oh, this is not fun at all."
And this is from the German perspective, right?
Yeah. And they have two different language tracks. You can watch it in German or American or English. They go into war and they realize that war is hell, like Fallout says, and it's just them trying to survive. And it's really fucked up. It's pretty depressing. It's good. It's shot beautifully. The war sequences. World War I was out of control.
Yeah.
It was really bad. It was like horrendous. Like, first of all, medicine wasn't a thing. They would get trench foot, and what happens in the beginning. This is not really spoiling anything. In the beginning, they have a sequence where a bunch of people die, right? And when they die, they have people come and pick their bodies up and take their clothes. And then they repurpose their clothes and give them to the other soldiers that are coming in to fight the war. And there's a sequence where they give this kid these clothes, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, there's somebody's name on there." And then the guy is like, "Oh, this suit was too small for them." Snatches the name tag off and gives it back to him. "Here you go, take it easy." And then he sends him into war. I'm like, that's super fucked up.
Wow.
It's good. It's 2.5 hours long. If you don't like long movies, or if you don't like a lot of violence, because it doesn't shy away from it. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's definitely on. It's definitely on my list. I've never seen the original, like the 1930 version, or I haven't read the book either. But it's an interesting perspective, right? Like that idea of taking the German perspective and just showing you, like, nah, it's fucked up over there too. Like it's not like wildly different from a young person's perspective of what war is. It's a fucking nightmare scenario.
And the other thing it does is it shows the soldiers going through hell, but then it also shows like the heads of state, like kind of talking to each other, because it's the lead up to Armistice Day. Armistice, how do you say it?
Yeah, you got it right.
Yeah, that's it. To that, and they're like just kind of chilling, having conversations. So the actual soldiers, they don't matter, right?
Right, they never have.
But they have no say in when the war ends or anything like that. And so it just kind of shows, they're just fighting a war for no reason, just dying on the battlefield for no reason, and it's super fucked up.
There you go.
And like I said, it's beautiful shot, but it's a rough watch.
All right.
And I also watched Terrifier 2. I enjoyed it, but I don't recommend it. It's very violent. It's incredibly violent and in way too long. It's 2.5 hours.
What's the
what kind of violence?
What's the what? No, it's just like gore. Like if you want to see people get dismembered, want to see their faces get smashed in, like limbs get cut off, eyes being pulled out of people's sockets.
Wow.
That kind of shit. Then you can go ahead and watch this movie.
It's weird because I don't need that. I don't need any of that.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. The internet is telling me that Chris Jericho is in this movie.
Yeah, he is.
Does he die?
I don't know why.
Does he die?
I don't know why he's in the movie. He's at the very end.
So he probably don't die.
Terrifier too. There's one sequence. It's like 5-10 minutes long. I'm like, yo, this is completely unnecessary, and like this would not actually. No, stop it.
The violent and gory sequences allegedly led to emergency services having to be called for viewers fainting and vomiting. Wow, that sounds awesome.
That's silly. Like, really? What the fuck did you go to the movie theater for? Like, you know what the fuck the first one was. Why would you go?
I mean, it's called Terrifier, yo. Like, if you Google image Terrifier, it's just clowns in blood, yo. Like, what the fuck?
What the fuck did
you go to that?
No, I'm good. So Art the Clown, I guess this is another one of his movies. This is his third outing.
Yeah.
He was in the Ninth Circle. I've never seen that one.
I don't even know what that is. All Hallows Eve, the Ninth Circle, Terrifier, and Terrifier 2 is what he's been in. This dude, he's like, I think that he's going to be like an iconic serial killer, whatever you want to, like, monster in horror movies, because he kills and he like really enjoys it. Like, he has fun. He doesn't speak a word. He's just kind of like a mime clown. He doesn't say a word through the whole movie. The movie makes absolutely no sense.
A mime and a clown? Yeah, like they hitting on all the fucking fear.
He doesn't. I watched
things I do not care for.
Yeah, the movie makes no sense. Like, it doesn't explain anything. The plot's really dumb. I don't. I finish it and I'm like, I don't understand what the fuck any of this means. And again, it's really long. But the thing about it is so long, but I didn't feel the length. It's strange for a horror movie to be that long, and it didn't seem like that long. And the final girl is she's really dope. I like the chick that the one he's chasing.
Yeah.
She's dope. So I Googled her, and she's like a martial artist. She can sing. She can do all kind of shit. She's cute. She's a very attractive woman also. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there you go.
I'm watching the trailer, and Art looks super goofy, yo. Like I kind of want to watch it now because Art looks mad, goofy and silly.
Yeah, he revels in just murdering people. He'll
okay, so I'm glad it's not just like I'm a demon and I'm gonna get you. Like it's more along the Freddy type of villain as opposed to like a traditional slasher,
like a Michael Myers. Like he's not. Michael Myers doesn't talk, and he's just mean. So, but so is Art the Clown. He's just funny when he does it. You know, he like laughs, but with no sound. He's like. He's like throwing body parts all over the place. I'm like, yo, this nigga's crazy. Right, but it's very again, like you could probably handle it. It's just very gory. Like
I'm good.
I mean, he looks silly. Yo. he
looks very silly.
Yo. Like this is funny, man. All right, I'm gonna try and check it out.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Best of luck with all that. All right, let's get in. Yeah, I'm not watching that shit.
Watched a bunch of fucking horror movies.
Yeah, look, no, I'm not watching this.
Yeah, like again, I said I don't recommend it. It's crazy. It's for a certain type of person.
Like I feel like that's for kind of hardcore horror fans.
Yeah.
Right. Like you'll accept the fact that the plot is just garbage.
The plot is so fucking stupid. I just do not understand it.
It sounds like a Mortal Kombat movie to me.
Right.
Fair enough.
There's some Mortal Kombat deaths. That movie cost $250,000 to make. Is at $8 million in the box office,
which is incredibly impressive. That's not bad. You're getting Terrifier 3, whether you want it or not.
Unrated.
It's unrated?
Yeah.
Jesus. Maybe I want to see it just to see how far it goes. All right, topics this week, Micah. Take it away.
Apparently, there's going to be a spinoff of the movie Lucy. Anybody remember Lucy?
I remember it. I never saw it.
That was the Luc Besson movie. Yeah, I saw that in the theater. That was
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, Scarlett.
Yeah, with Scarlett Johansson,
Miss Jost,
and it was a Luc Besson movie. Apparently, there's going to be a spinoff.
Cool.
It was the highest grossing French produced film ever. Apparently, it earned $460 million at the worldwide box office.
Jesus Christ! It had a $39 million budget.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah, neither do I.
This is basically like this is like a Limitless pill kind of movie, right? Like she had some sort of like increasingly amazing powers because of a drug or something.
I don't know if it was a drug, but like she had an ability to unlock like superpowers or something. I think.
Yeah, it was a drug called CPH4, and it was limitless, but like with fighting instead of like using what you should use the limitless pill for,
your brain,
expanding your fucking mind.
Right? Like the fuck. Now I know jujitsu, nigga. Read a book, learn some shit. I think Limitless is a criminally underrated movie. I actually thought that was
really
cool.
Like that movie.
Yeah, and then they made a series which apparently was not good.
Was it USA? Who did? Or was it Fox? I don't remember.
I think it might have been Fox, but like they had Bradley Cooper like do a cameo, like in the show. He was like, "Hey, Limitless," and then he just like left. Like that was it. Okay, yeah, I don't care about this. Not really.
I remember watching this movie and thinking it was all right, but like I can't remember anything about it. Like I can't remember. I can't remember anything about it. Let alone I forgot Morgan Freeman was in it. let alone have this be a property that's big enough for a spinoff. But look, maybe it did gangbusters overseas, right? Like,
I mean, it clearly did quite well, but it is kind of funny that they waited this long. That movie came out in 2014.
I mean, Avatar got it beat, right?
Oh, fuck. I forgot to put that trailer on the docket. Sorry.
Oh, there's a trailer out?
Oh,
Yeah,
see? There's a new one.
No, I'm serious. There's a trailer out?
Nigga, I'm not kidding you. Yeah.
Yo, shut up.
Yes.
Doesn't it come out in November? No,
It comes out in December.
Next month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
I watched the trailer.
Yeah,
I watched
did too.
it, and then I watched it again, and I was like, I don't get it. It's going to look incredibly. It's going to look.
It's going to look great. It looks beautiful, but that's not enough for me to give a shit. It just isn't anymore. It's like a really, really attractive woman with like no brain in her head. Like I don't care.
Well, I'll be damned.
Yeah,
There's a new trailer out.
hey man,
Okay.
it's got 23 million views.
I think the movie's going to do well. I mean, we'll get to it when we get to trailers, but yeah. So
The way of the water.
So
I forgot about Limitless. Because we stopped talking about it. Like I forgot this shit existed. Who's this for?
I don't know. I'm not going to watch this.
Like what channels are they going to be on?
Tubi? I don't know.
Like I'm trying to think because there's so much good television. Like who would pick this up?
Peacock?
Because the movie wasn't that fucked. Sure.
I mean, I feel like Peacock is probably like prime for that.
Yeah, NBC.
Luc Besson. I don't know.
Anyway, onto more interesting things. Superman was almost cast as James Bond.
Huh.
How do you feel
Henry
about that,
Cavill.
Micah?
Henry Cavill was nearly cast as James Bond. Apparently, it came down to him or Daniel Craig. I think Henry Cavill might have been a little too young to be James Bond, but that would work if James Bond just got his 00, right? Like this was the Craig era was a reboot of the franchise. So I think Henry Cavill's age could have benefited him. I mean,
Yeah,
look,
but he
the
could
guy's
have
got
also
some-
been. He could also just been James Bond Jr., his nephew, which makes no sense with the name. What's a junior?
Shut up. Stupid shit.
My uncle. Like, shut up, James Bond.
My
Jr.
Uncle James. Shut up, yo. Shut up. They call you James Bond Jr. Like, he ain't your uncle, yo. Like, I got news for you.
Like, nigga, that shit dead. Oh.
Yeah, look, I think he could have worked. He's got the look for it. He was an unknown then, right?
Yeah.
So not unknown, but like he wasn't Superman back then. I don't know if I would necessarily want to see him as James Bond now. I just find it kind of interesting. That's all.
I don't think he would have been a bad choice at all. I mean, I would argue that everything that I've seen him in where he's supposed to be charismatic and like have a real personality, I think he has. Like Superman, he wasn't really allowed to, right? He was playing this sort of humdrum kind of version of the character. We'll talk more about that later.
You ever see The Man from Uncle?
That was going to be my number one example, but I was going to say Geralt from Witcher, he's not supposed to be like, he's supposed to be like very hyper serious kind of guy, right? And then when
Geralt is serious but very dry. Like he's got a very, very dry sense of humor.
That's kind of that's his character. He plays it pretty well. Like, but it's not like he's not like a charismatic guy, right? Like he doesn't really get the shine in that role. But to your point, in The Man from Uncle, I thought he was quite good. Like I actually thought he looked like he was having fun. Like I felt like that movie definitely deserved a sequel. I don't know. I guess it just didn't make enough money or whatever. But him and what's his face did a pretty good job.
The other guy was eating people, yo. Like, you can't make a sequel if
that dude's weird, man. Army Hammer. Yeah, Army Hammer. Yo, he gonna go down as like, this dude was a serial killer. Yo, that dude is not well.
His whole family's fucking bizarre.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are super crazy. But yeah, like, I think that guy could do it. Like, I'm very interested to see what his Superman looks like post Snyder. I really am. So, yeah. I mean, look, I think Daniel Craig obviously did a great job as Bond.
You still haven't watched that last movie, have you?
I haven't watched Spectre either.
You have no idea what happens in that last movie?
No, I have no idea what happens in that last movie.
I actually finished. I actually watched that movie because I watched Spectre, it was better than Spectre. I thought the villain was garbage. Like,
that's what everybody says.
Yeah. He was a waste.
That villain was awful.
He was a waste. What? He was a waste. Like, I can't. I was incredibly disappointed because Rami Malek plays he's a good actor, and he plays an even better weirdo. And I was very much looking forward to him being a weirdo. Well, you go with what you know.
Yeah, right? I love Rami Malek, but I don't think it's like acting. I think he's a bit weird. Like, it's okay.
That's why That's why he won that Oscar for playing what's his name in Queen, Freddie Mercury, because
he was fucking excellent. Actually, he was excellent
because he was playing against type. Like, Freddie Mercury wasn't weird; he was eccentric, and flamboyant. And those are two words that I would not describe Rami Malek.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I feel like Mr. Robot is not that different than who he is in actuality, and he's excellent on that show. Like, he is, and everyone should watch that. It's phenomenal. So yeah, look, that's fine. I think Cavill would have done a good job. It's kind of cool to know, like, sort of behind the scenes, that he came that close, though. I think that's dope.
I'm very curious as to how. So the thing is, being James Bond isn't difficult. Bringing something new to the character is difficult, and not many people who have played James Bond can do it. As much as I bag on, like, Roger Moore, he is a very unique James Bond.
Yeah.
As much as I love Pierce Brosnan, he's kind of like a better Timothy Dalton. I don't think
that feels offensive. Timothy Dalton always felt like he had just fallen off the end of a bar stool.
He's like Timothy Dalton if Timothy Dalton, like, rubbed one out and calmed the fuck down.
Yeah, Timothy Dalton was a fucking murderous psychopath in those movies.
Yeah, he tried to bring something new to the role to mixed results for me.
Yeah.
And George Lazenby was, I mean, he had the most unenviable task of following fucking Sean Connery. So nobody gave him a chance. He's not bad, but he's no Sean Connery, right?
Right.
And Henry what's his name? What the fuck is that dude's name? James Bond? Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig, he brought to the role towards the later half of his run, and especially in the last movie, he brought, like, a sense of, like, humanity and, like, non-toxic masculinity.
So he ruined it. So he ruined it.
I hadn't noticed that. I actually didn't hate the last one. I actually kind of enjoyed it. Spectre is still garbage. I don't care what anyone says. Spectre is not a good movie.
Do you feel like you need to see Spectre in order to appreciate No Time to Die?
And you've never seen Spectre, right, Jay? You said
no, I've never seen it.
Well, I said YouTube video of a recap.
God damn!
Yo, this movie's it's worthless. I don't.
But
Terrence is like, how about I just tweet what I thought was important and then move on?
Yo, I saw that movie in the movie theater, and I was so fucking pissed when I left. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this?
I mean, outside of Quantum of Solace, I think it's the lowest rated one.
I don't think I've ever seen Quantum of Solace.
Yeah, don't. Don't.
I've seen.
That's one you don't need to see.
I saw.
I've seen Spectre.
At least Spectre
Skyfall.
has like plot threads that tie directly into No Time to Die. Like,
Quantum of Solace was fucking garbage. That one, I think you and I saw together, Micah, and we were both like, no, I don't think so. Like, just like this, like objectively, this is bad. And that was in fairness, that was during the writer's strike, right? Like Daniel Craig actually.
Like, Daniel Craig.
Yeah, he had to finish the script. He had to finish the script.
Oh shit!
And then James Bond walks off in the sand. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, nah.
Meanwhile, the last movie, Phoebe Waller-Bridge punched up the script. So that should tell you what you need to know about that last movie.
Spectre had one of the worst car chases I've ever seen in movie history.
I agree. I 100%. It was a car commercial. It was a car commercial. It was a car commercial in poor lighting.
Right, you couldn't see shit. They were driving like 7 miles an hour. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right, on a bunch of empty streets and
at night. Come on, man.
It was not good. It was not good.
And they really got you. They got you on the trailer, right, where he shows him like on the bike and he like jumps up the stairs. I was like, oh, I'm all in for this. And then you go see it and it's
or is
that No Time to Die?
Oh, is that No Time to Die? No Time to Die. The action sequences of that are fucking dope.
Yeah,
they're really good.
I like
Spectre.
For me, in of the ones I've seen of the Craig movies, I mean, obviously, Casino Royale is great, and I love Skyfall. I think Skyfall is awesome, and it feels like it's a very meaningful movie. But I hated Quantum of Solace. Like, that shit really turned me off to the franchise for a minute, and then it was like, here's Skyfall. I was like, oh, this is a real movie. All right, cool, thanks. Great, I'm back. So yeah, I'll have to check those out at some point. I have a lot of free time coming up, so I'll have a chance to actually watch some things I haven't.
You bum.
What can I say? All right,
Liam
Hemsworth.
Liam Hemsworth is going to be taking up the role of Geralt of Rivia for The Witcher season 4. Henry Cavill is bowing out of the role. Liam Hemsworth is picking it up. Apparently, there are signatures on like change.org to get Henry Cavill to reprise his role as Geralt.
Hey, change.org isn't going to do anything. Stop doing that. It's not going to do anything.
I don't know if it's change.org. I know there is some sort of petition that's got like 50,000 signatures on it.
Here's the thing. It's not going to do anything. This is just stop. Just stop.
Yeah, the studios don't give a fuck. Shut up.
Henry Cavill doesn't give a fuck. He's like, yo, I'm busy. Like, I got all the money now. Like, nah, he's done.
Gotta put the Superman suit back on.
Yep.
I've watched the first season. I thought it was fine. I thought Henry Cavill was fine. I haven't seen any of the second season.
I watched.
Three seasons? Oh, it hasn't debuted. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, third season didn't come out yet. I watched some of season 2, maybe like the first like 3 episodes, I think. Then I kind of fell off. From people who've watched season 2, they were like, "You didn't miss anything." So, I think maybe I might just power through it at some point because I want to see. I want to see what the lesser Hemsworth can bring to the role. It is actually kind of interesting because I think this is very weird casting. Because I always think of Liam Hemsworth as a very small guy, and Henry Cavill as a very not small guy. So it'll be interesting to see if Liam like beefs up like his brother.
He will.
Yeah.
Or he won't be quite as large because I don't think Geralt is that big. But they're like the same height, right?
I
think it's like 6'3". They're tall as
all
fuck.
you need to be to play Geralt is you need to be cut. You don't. Yeah. Geralt's not big, right? Like he's not built like Chris Hemsworth. Right. He's not even really built like Henry Cavill. Like Geralt is a lean figure who's just ripped. That's all you really need.
This picture works. Like if I can send it. I'll send it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I haven't seen Liam Hemsworth in much. So look, I hope he picks up the role and does well. I mean, look, prove people wrong, man. Like, tell these people on change.org to go fuck themselves. Like, I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm not anti Liam Hemsworth at all for this role. I'm kind of, I don't really care about The Witcher. All right, that guy's in really good shape. Fuck him.
Right.
That'll work. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. So all right. You know, you fucking Hemsworth. All right, we got it. You use drugs. We know. Good for you. No, look, good for him, man. Look, I would love to see Liam Hemsworth like get like some big like role like this and like get some like real status. I think that's kind of cool. Like him and his brother like doing super well in Hollywood. I think that's awesome. Good for them.
On change.org, the name of the petition is Netflix. You must keep Henry Cavill as The Witcher and replace the writers instead.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, what if Henry Cavill don't want to do it?
He don't want to do it, yo. He don't want to do it.
Right. Like,
his schedule is too busy. Apparently, his schedule is too busy. He don't want to do it.
Right. Look, he got forced back into the Superman role. Like all right, fine. Give me a good director. I'll go do that shit. Like that's enough. How many mainline like nerd IPs is he going to do at one time? Like you can't. Geralt and Superman. You want to be James Bond at the same time? God damn. Pick another actor. It's fine. You'll get over it.
60,000 signatures. It's almost at 60,000 signatures.
I didn't realize there were that many virgins all in one way. It's amazing.
They're all listening to Jordan Peterson.
Crying ass.
And they all crying.
Exactly.
You called me.
Dragon.
Somebody said I was a punk. Like, yeah, you are. Yeah, no, it's fine. All right, next up.
Henry Cavill hopes for a more inspiring Superman in future DC films, as do we all. He expresses his hopes for a more inspiring Superman moving forward. The British actor made his debut in Superman in 2013's Man of Steel, which was directed by Zack Snyder and then intended to jumpstart the cinematic universe, blah, 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 blah. Now, during an interview for Screen Rant for Enola Holmes 2, yeah, he's also Sherlock Holmes. How many fucking IPs?
Yeah, he's in mad IPs, dude. He's in mad IPs.
Cavill is continuing to tease his hopes for Superman's future. Quote, there's so much in the way of conversations to be had. Obviously, I have a very close connection to the character, and there is something extraordinarily special about him. He's Superman.
Said this shit.
He's in fact a Superman. Yes.
Extraordinarily special about his capacity to give and to love. I don't mean romantically. Yeah, no shit, yo. Like nobody's thinking about Superman fucking, yo. Like it's just
Snyder was.
Dad, yo.
No, yo, Snyder was.
Well,
Snyder was like, get in this tub with your clothes on. Like you're that horned up. Like I go, what? Why?
I mean, his love for Earth and for the people who live here, and to make people feel powerful, to make them feel like Superman themselves. I have plenty of desire for this, of course, which will be discussed more in time. But the most important thing, which I will be aiming for, is the audience to leave the cinema and feel like they can fly, to feel like they can protect, to feel like they want to give to everyone else. That would be my goal. That should have been his goal from the second half of Man of Steel. Yeah. It kind of was. They were kind of getting there. They should have done a Man of Steel 2. Yeah, I think The Rock should have been cast as Lex Luthor.
That's not a bad point, actually.
Yeah, man. Like, especially like the way that I see Lex Luthor, not as the like sniveling like businessman, but as the pro-America guy, the right-wing Lex Luthor, right? Like the rah-rah, like America first, right? Like, I'm not going to let this illegal alien be better than me, right? Like that's the Lex Luthor that I want to see on screen, right? Like, you got to make shit real blatant for people now, because they don't get like subtlety and metaphor and subtext and shit.
No, it's got to be text
Right.
on the screen. This
On the
nigga
screen.
is evil.
on like 48 font and bold and italicized. Like, it's gotta be like in your face.
Like,
right?
what are they trying to say? Well,
Right.
he got a red hat on and shit.
I think Homelander's the good guy.
Yo, people really believe that. Yo, that's wild. Like, what?
Oh, you're not joking.
No.
No, I'm not joking. They think that Giancarlo Esposito's character is supposed to be Obama.
I'm like, how does that make any sense?
Black man. That's why. Black man.
Yeah, they thought Homelander was like Trump, but they thought Homelander was like a good guy. I'm like,
Oh, well, they think Trump is a good guy. Right?
yeah. Well, these are the same people who thought Stephen Colbert was a real conservative. Like, when he did the Colbert Report, they're like, yeah, I mean, it's comedy, but like, he's clearly a real conservative. I'm like, what?
I'm like, no, real conservatives aren't funny.
Well,
that's impossible.
Yeah, that is no. Conservatism and comedy do not mix. Every comic that becomes a conservative becomes immediately not funny. Yeah, isn't it funny how poor people are starving? That's not funny, Dennis Miller. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course, he would say it in a much more obnoxious way. Yeah, look,
I don't want to go on a rant here. I don't want to go on a rant here, but you know, those poor people don't have boots to strap themselves to pull them up on. Like, what's up with that? All right. Is this what conservative comedy is?
It sucks.
God damn.
Yeah,
it sucks.
It's pretty terrible.
It sucks. I told you I met him and his son at Comic-Con that one time. I was like, "You're Dennis Miller." He was like, "I am." I was like, "Okay." Like, cool. I was like, "All right." And he was just like kind of a prick. And I was like, "That's cool. That makes sense."
What the fuck was he at Comic-Con for?
With his son. There was his son.
Remember when they had him? Remember when they had him as the third chair on Monday?
Monday night.
Why?
He was on there for like 3 weeks. How long was he there before they was this is not working out?
It was less than a month, or it wasn't.
It was something crazy.
He's way too talkative. He didn't seem to really know football, and he just brings up like insane references that no one knows. Like, yo, I gotta read that, like, the Canterbury Tales to know what the fuck you're talking about half the time. Right?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of fucking football fans. They don't know what you're saying right now.
Yeah, I don't know who thought that was a great idea. That person should have been
football
fired.
Football fans barely want the announcers to fucking talk, let alone some fucking know-it-all, uppity-ass outsider who don't know shit about football. Telling you fucking whack-ass jokes. Anyway, hopeful Superman. I'm here for it.
Yeah, look, I think it also says, I think his comments say a lot about how he saw his role as Superman before. Right? Like, I'm hoping for a hopeful Superman, which means that he also realized that he was not playing one.
Yeah, man. In BVS, he literally said, when they shine your light up in the sky, don't go to it. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like,
I'm going to snap your fucking neck, Ben Affleck. Like, wow, dude. I'm a regular citizen, and I'll kill you. Just like I killed all the rest of these people. I'll fucking do it. I mean, the opening of that movie, like, I know people are like, oh, but you got to watch the special edition. I have watched it. Relax. He literally flies in to wherever fucking, Middle Eastern country Lois is in, saves her by killing a bunch of people. He definitely killed those like terrorists or whatever. Jimmy Olsen gets straight shot in the head in that universe.
God damn.
Superman's pal Jimmy.
Yeah, he just shot that nigga in the head, and then he takes her home, and then he proceeds to get in the tub with his clothes on, like with his dirty boots. I was like, what are you doing? Like, that's filthy. That's disgusting. Get out of here, Superman. Like, nah, yo. That character needs to be fixed from the ground up. He does. He really does. And I think Cavill can do it. Like, where are those moments of like Superman like saving, like having to talk with the kid who's about to kill themselves, like, you know, jumping off a building? Like, that's a very famous like all-star Superman moment. Like, that's the kind of stuff you want to see from this character, right? Like, you want to see those hopeful moments where he's saving people, and not just like, not always just physically saving, right? Because that was a big complaint about Man of Steel, though he did save people. I feel like people just didn't watch the movie really, like a lot. And, you know, but at the same time, like, he also has to have like this moral ability, and, you know, you never got that in those movies. You just never did. So, because it was never about Clark either. Like that's one of the big mistakes, I think, is just not even focusing on the Clark side of who he is. So, hey, I'm hoping Gunn can turn that around. They get a director who actually knows what the fuck they're doing. So we'll see. Next up, WandaVision spinoff Agatha Coven of Chaos does some casting that this seems like the most obvious thing I've ever heard. Cast Aubrey Plaza in this series. I assume she'll be a witch, because why wouldn't she be? She's going to be joining Catherine Hahn in the upcoming Marvel Studios series. The spinoff series is a spinoff of WandaVision, with Hahn set to reprise her role as Agatha Harkness. Exact plot details, including character Plaza would play in the show, are being kept under wraps. But yeah, look, okay. Makes sense to me.
You know she's Puerto Rican?
I knew she was Latin. Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, she's like half Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Because I was watching the new season of The White Lotus started. And she's in that. And she's married to this guy, and they're on this vacation with a couple that they kind of like don't like, but like, you know, it's free vacation or whatever. And she makes mention that, you know, they are that couple's white passing friends. And I'm like, this one guy kind of looks half Asian, but like, what are you? What are you? Right? That's what ignorant ass people say. Like, well, that's what people who are about to shoot fucking porn say to an exotic looking woman. So what are you? Stick a fucking camera in your face. What are you?
I need to get the categories right on this. See how well it's gonna do. Yeah, I'm half Puerto Rican, she says on our Wikipedia. Okay. Yeah. I knew she was Latin. I knew she was Latin. Yeah.
I like Aubrey Plaza. I
me too.
I got kind of a little crush on Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, well, your eyes work, nigga. Like, what the fuck?
And she has like this, like, I don't give a fuck attitude, which is like,
look, I'll say it. I'll say it, and I feel like you'll all agree. She's got a bit of a dominatrix kind of vibe to me. Like, if you told me that was like her thing, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, it does. I don't
think I've seen enough of her to really.
She's great on Parks and Rec.
I know I've seen her in a bunch of stuff, but like,
she was great in Parks and Rec.
What have I seen her in?
Safety Not Guaranteed. Yeah, she's done a lot of stuff. Like, she was in Upright Citizens Brigade to begin with for her career.
Yeah, she's a comedian, so you would hate her. That's probably why you've never seen her.
God damn.
What is Upright Citizens Brigade? What is that?
It's a comedy troupe.
A bunch of white people.
It's a comedy troupe.
No, not necessarily. Yeah, it's like a pretty famous comedy trope. Like, there's quite a lot of people who've come out of Upright Citizens Brigade.
Oh, okay.
Terrence, you're terrible. Just terrible. Notable performers from Upright: Aziz Ansari, Ed Helms, Donald Glover, Nick Kroll, Kate McKinnon, Aubrey Plaza, Amy Poehler, Rob Riggle, Ben Schwartz. Like, yeah, quite a lot of like big names.
Do you think Kate McKinnon's funny?
I think she's pretty funny. Yeah.
I'm talking to Terrence.
Hell no. Hell no, he don't think Kate McKinnon's funny. Get out of here.
Kate McKinnon, which one is that? Is that the short one?
Kate McKinnon, she used to be on Saturday Night Live.
She played Hillary Clinton. She's played a number of people. She's in Ghostbusters.
I mean, you picking the wrong thing.
I'm just naming shit. I'm just naming shit.
I didn't even see that movie.
I've never seen it.
I have.
Oh, Kate McKinnon.
on.
I know who she is. Yeah, she did Hillary Clinton. I thought she was good as Hillary Clinton. She was probably one of the funnier people on Saturday Night Live when she was on there. She's only 38.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have guessed that.
She was a little older than that, but
yeah, I would not have guessed 38.
Wow.
I would not have guessed that she's younger than me. That's crazy.
She was one of the funnier people on SNL when she was on there, but SNL to me hasn't been funny in like 20 years, so
yeah,
that's not really saying much.
It's not.
I'll take it.
She's all right. She's fine.
Yeah, Matt Walsh is also pretty funny. Zach Woods is fucking hilarious. He's also from Upright. Zach Woods is hilarious, actually. I think that guy's really funny. He's the guy from. Did you ever watch Silicon Valley?
No.
You should. That show is fucking hilarious. I know Michael watched it.
Yeah. Kumail Nanjiani was in Silicon Valley. He was very pudgy, and then all of a sudden,
jacked as fuck.
Like they tried to give him like big shirts and shit.
Yeah, that last season was wild, yo. It was like, nigga, your arms are bursting out of your polo.
Yeah, man. Like they can't, it's something's happening, bro, and they're not just not going to dress it.
Yeah, something's happening. He was fucking stepping on the gas on the fucking HGH. That's what was happening. Get the fuck out of here. Whole jawline changed. Oh, I was just working out. Okay, buddy. All right. Yeah, and look, I think this is great casting. This makes a lot of sense. She kind of has that vibe. So, yeah, and I think she's funny. So, okay. More casting from Agatha, Coven of Chaos. Joe Locke cast in the series. He's from a show I don't know called Heartstopper. But the most important thing about this is he kind of looks like a grown-up version of the kid who played Wiccan from WandaVision. So, chances are.
He looks like he would be in a show about witches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks. I can't tell if he's Hispanic, Asian. I can't fucking tell by this picture.
He's a little bit of
British. He's like a Johnny.
He's like
doesn't look like Johnny, but I can't tell what the fuck he is. What his nationality is.
In fairness, when people ask Johnny, who's in our fan group, what his race is, he just says yes.
Yes.
All of them. Yeah, look, I think that's cool. Like, no worries. Okay, like I'm totally fine with it. His Locke's character and plot details are being kept under wraps, but sources describe the character as a gay teen with a dark sense of humor. Pretty sure. So it's Wiccan, right? Like Wiccan's a gay character. So, yeah, okay, that's awesome. I figured those kids, Wiccan and Speed, would be showing up as an older version of themselves at some point. So clearly, we're at least starting out here. Okay, I think that's dope. They do seem to be doing maybe something moving towards like the Child Crusade or something like that, which is fun. Bryan Fuller is working on a Friday the 13th prequel for Peacock that will also be in conjunction with A24. Look, if you know anything, you would know that everyone on this podcast is a huge Bryan Fuller fan, but you would also know that we have no confidence that this will go past season 2 because Bryan Fuller is a quitter and he gets bored very fast.
He really does. I feel like there should only be one season.
Yeah, just make it a limited series, man.
Right, a limited series and be done with it. Because how much are you going to talk about, like, pre Jason? Like, I mean, the first, 3 movies, I don't think he was even in it, right? Well, first 2.
He wasn't in the first one.
He wasn't in the first one.
He wasn't in the first one. It was his mother. I don't think he was in the second one. And I don't know if he showed up until the third one, actually.
I thought he was in the second one, but he didn't get the mask until the third one. I can't remember.
It's been a long time since I've seen this. I know he's not in the first one though. Yeah, okay. Like that. This is all fine.
It's gonna look great.
It's gonna look amazing, and it's gonna be well told. It is.
It's gonna look beautiful, and I can't wait to get blue balls when the first season is over, and then we're just never gonna get another one.
Yeah. Someone really needs to tell Bryan Fuller, like, limited series are your thing, my guy. Like, stop dedicating yourself to, I'll do 7 seasons. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're lying. And the problem is, it'd be one thing if your shit was trash. It's not. It's really good. And it's like, we want more. He's like, no, I'm bored with it now. Like, all right, well, fuck you, Bryan. So I just hope, just make it 1 season, man. Just make it a limited series. Like, it does not need to be more than this. Also, like you said, it's a prequel. How much people want is, if you're going to do a Friday the 13th prequel series, like, people want, I mean, in reality, people want Jason. So do your background work on the mom, make it super interesting and super compelling, and then just move the fuck on. Frankly, just do a Friday the 13th movie. Like, reboot the shit if you're going to do that. Like, do this series and then just, like, do a reboot of the original movie. Or the second movie or something.
Have they done a reboot of Friday the 13th at all?
Yeah, they have.
I know they've done Halloween.
They did one a couple years ago. Couple years ago.
I know there was one because they did that. They did a reboot of A Nightmare on Elm Street with Jackie Earle Haley.
Yeah, he looked like a lion in that movie. It's weird.
Yeah, it didn't work, man.
Oh yeah, okay, they did do a reboot in 2009.
I saw that one in theaters. I forget. I saw that one actually in theaters. He was hunting people with like a bow and arrow at one point. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, he had like a layer. Like, it was weird. I was like, this is a very weird Friday 13th movie. Like, no, Jason's just crazy. Like, he's a supernatural being. Like, it's fine.
Is Bryan Fuller like the missed connections of just like television?
Missed connections.
You know what I mean? Like those ads in like Craigslist where it's like, didn't I meet you on the train?
Yeah, I was on the subway. I saw you.
And you just never, you're infatuated and you just never see him, again. Like,
look, I refuse to watch finish the third season of Hannibal. If I don't finish it, then it never ended. Like, so then, like, that's just my fantasy, is that he's just going to come back and be like, you know what, guys? Let's redo the third season. Let's do it over. Like, and then we continue. Like, so if I don't watch it, then I don't have that in my head. But I know in my heart of hearts, Bryan's never going to come back. Didn't he do that with American Gods too? Right? He did the first season.
He just leave.
Yeah,
he was like, well, I've done my job. Bye.
He did the first season and it was like, didn't I see you on AMC? You had an adaptation of my favorite book. And then you just left. I would love to meet you again and talk more about Shadow and Wednesday.
Oh shit. No, you know what it should be? Bryan Fuller. Lower expectations. Like, that's what it should be, yo. Like, lower your expectations, man. Like, the quality is going to be great, but if you think that you're going to get this shit for 2 or 3 seasons or like ongoing until the end, you're never going to get that with him. The dude is an artist, man. Like, and he just gets bored. Like, that guy's got fucking ADHD or some shit. I don't know. But he's like, I gave you total fire for 2 seasons. Like, fuck off. After that, leave me alone. Look, I respect it. It's frustrating, but I respect it. Yahya Abdull Mateen II finally joins a comic book universe worth a damn, and is joining the MCU as Wonder Man. I like this idea. I don't know shit about Wonder Man, but I like that guy. Coming off of some of the best reviews of his career for his work in Broadway's revival of the Pulitzer Prize-winning play Top Dog Underdog, Yahya Abdull Mateen II is preparing to move from DC to Marvel. Okay, that's cool. The character, otherwise known as Simon Williams, is the son of an industrialist, of course, and assumes control of his munitions outfit following his father's passing, seeing its success limited when it comes into competition with Tony Stark's Industries. The younger Williams gains ion-based superpowers, including super strength, while working under the villainous Baron Zemo and establishing himself as an antagonist to the Avengers, though he later decides to become part of the superhero team. Okay.
Is that the official, like,
I don't know.
Is that so? Because that's his 616 origin. You know, they're of course you cast a traditionally white character as a black guy. People gonna have something to say about it. So I was looking for other versions of Wonder Man, and Wonder Man 1610, the Ultimate Wonder Man, he kind of maybe sort of looks black. So I started.
If you squint and turn the book half, quarter turn.
If you squint and then don't look at his hair, and then look at his skin tone in like a certain light, like, all right, kinda. But like, I don't like this dude's origin. So this guy, Simon Williams, was a promising bodybuilder who was exposed for cheating through the use of performance enhancers.
What the fuck kind of weird is this?
After his career was finished, Nick Fury approached him and offered him to join S.H.I.E.L.D.
Weird. Hey, you're
West
jacked.
Coast Ultimates. He had mental instability, which caused him to Hulk out, and the team failed to find Osama bin Laden in Pakistan, causing his teammates to fight him. Like I don't want that guy to be.
No, that feels like a lot. That feels like a lot to deal with.
That feels like the Ultimate Universe is what that feels like.
Yeah, no, that's not incorrect. There's part of me that wants to do a reread of the Ultimates. The beginning was great. Like Ultimates 1 and 2 was just fucking phenomenal, and then it went right off the fucking rails.
You know, the only thing in that universe worth a damn is Spider-Man. X-Men the X-Men was fine, wasn't great. The Ultimates were okay in the very beginning, and then like Captain America was like center right, and Iron Man was like, first of all, he had the ugliest suit I've ever seen.
I fucking hate that bug suit. I hate it. I hated it.
And he was like had an affair with Black Widow or some shit like that, and.
Excuse me. Don't you dare forget about the incestuous twins, Quicksilver and Wanda. They actually fucked.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah. Like, you guys are mighty close. They were like, well, yeah, we fucked. Like, what? I'm sorry? They were like, yeah, no, like.
Yeah, what's the big deal? Like, what the fuck you mean was the big deal? All right.
Yeah, Jeff Loeb was a wild nigga. He was just like, you know what? Fuck this entire universe. I'm gonna blow it up.
Black Panther was in it, but Black Panther wasn't like the real Black Panther, and Steve Rogers went undercover as Black Panther at one point. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, yo?
Yeah, it was it was like, what are the things that we could never do in the 616 universe? Because people would have been like, yo, fuck this book. They were like, we're gonna do all that in this book. Don't worry, it's an alternate universe. Don't worry, we're just gonna do some wild shit. It was crazy.
Ultimate Spider-Man is coming in there like Donald Glover coming into that burning building and shit. Like,
yeah,
yo, what the fuck?
Yeah,
it was Wasp. Giant Man is eating the Blob. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, cannibalism was like a thing. Like, it was just really weird. It was a very weird book. Very weird series of books. Highly recommend. All right. So yeah, look, I that's fine. I don't know anything about Wonder Man whatsoever. I'm not going to pretend. I didn't read Wikipedia right before the episode and pretend like I'm a fucking authority on it. Because I don't give a fuck about Wonder Man. I don't. But I think Yahya Abdull Mateen is an. Right? What's that?
That's the goal of the show, to make me give a fuck about Wonder Man.
That's the thing. And that guy is such a phenomenal actor. I think he can make me care about it. So, all right, cool. Next up, Captain America: New World Order. This is the one with Sam Wilson as Cap. Will pit Sam Wilson against Harrison Ford's General Thunderbolt Ross. So it is confirmed that Harrison Ford is taking over the role of Thunderbolt Ross. now that William Hurt has passed away.
So you recast Thunderbolt Ross, but
Right.
you don't recast Black Panther? Like that's an argument. That's something that's out there.
Yeah, because those are both on the same level, guys. Same level. Let's all pretend that those are the same thing. Fuck off.
Harrison Ford is 80.
Yeah,
they better hurry up.
Yeah, they could be
Right.
recasting his ass soon too. Like, what the fuck? Is he gonna get in another plane crash? Like, yo, stop flying. Yo. Like, you're bad at it. I mean, I think it's a safe assumption that we're getting the Red Hulk, right? Like, if you felt the need to bring Thunderbolt Ross back and make him be a contentious character with Captain America, I feel like you're definitely getting Red Hulk, because the leader is in this. Like, maybe She-Hulk shows up in this. We don't know. Like this, and they seem to sort of be. This article points out, and I think it's probably correct. They seem to be building to some sort of like Hulk movie, right? So maybe it's just a way to like spark that off and then move on into a Hulk movie. Because I think one of these unannounced movies is likely going to be a Hulk-focused film.
I think a Hulk-focused, film would be interesting. I think the only reason that it wasn't done before is because like there were weird rights between Marvel and Paramount regarding the Hulk,
Universal.
which is Universal, which is why you've never gotten another Hulk solo movie. Hopefully that shit gets worked out. I would like to see a Hulk movie. In wrestling parlance, who doesn't want to see two big meaty men slapping meat?
It's true.
And I just the only thing that kind of deters me from the Red Hulk speculation is the fact that Harrison Ford is 80 years old. I'm not saying that 80-year-olds shouldn't be able to work, right? I'm saying
He's 80.
he's 80.
Right.
Look. Here's what's gonna happen. If it turns out that he's gonna become the Red Hulk, I'm gonna tell you right now, Harrison Ford ain't mocapping shit. Right? Like, they're gonna take Harrison Ford's likeness and they're gonna get some young dude who's 35 years old to mocap that shit and do all sorts of jumping around and all this other stuff. And Harrison Ford is gonna be sipping lemonade on the sidelines. I ain't doing all that. But he'll do the raw scenes where he's the normal general. But he ain't getting out there and mocapping a goddamn thing. Are you kidding me? That's a young man's game. Fuck out of here. No, hell no. The 100 years old.
Have you seen him acting lately? He seems bored in everything he's in.
And that's more my concern, right? Like, Harrison Ford doesn't really seem all that excited to do much of anything anymore. Because again,
unless
right,
Indiana.
He's 80. That nigga was born during World War II. Fuck. Like,
he was an extra in All Quiet on the Western Front. He's 1,000. And I love Harrison Ford, man, but like, I mean,
old.
He's fucking old, right? So it's like, it's a weird choice to cast him. Like, I feel like they could have picked an older guy, but like maybe not 80. Like, you could have picked a guy like 70. like stuck around a bit. But look, I think also Harrison Ford he's a great actor. I think if he has a script and he's really having fun, like he could possibly pep up on it and like really kind of deliver a great performance. Like in his heyday, I think Harrison Ford would have crushed this role. Like, I think he would have been awesome. But it'll be interesting to see if he's actually excited to do this. Because the only thing he seems to be excited for is Indiana Jones dying on screen. Like, that's what he wants. And I
wonder if Harrison Ford like called up Robert Redford and was like, what was it like being on one of these? Like, what?
That's probably the exact conversation.
What's it like being on one of these comic book movies, right? And it was like, I mean, I was in it for a cup of coffee. It was a half a day's work for 2 weeks, and it was fine. Get that money, son.
86. God damn.
I mean, he was in Winter Soldier.
He was in Winter Soldier, so and
he was good.
It is.
Yeah,
he was very good. That's why I'm not like writing off Harrison Ford just because he's an older guy. I'm just saying he's an older guy.
But I've seen him play in movies as a 70-something-year-old, and he's just like,
no, I will say this.
I know how to fucking do my lines.
I mean, I will say this. I thought he was good in Blade Runner 2039. I did think he was quite good in that. I think his big thing is, I think he loves the old franchises that he's in, and he has a real love for those. Like, when those kind of scripts come up, I think he kind of is like, oh shit, okay, like, because I thought he was good in Star Wars. Like, The Force Awakens, he was good.
He don't like Han Solo, though.
No, he wanted him dead. He wanted that nigga dead in the second movie. He was like, kill him.
Yeah,
kill him.
He didn't kill him. He does not care for Han Solo, yo.
No.
I remember him on like one of them late night shows. They were like, hey, if they ask you to do another Star Wars, he was like, I'll do it because I like, George and, but it would be a favor to him. And he's like, well, what if they ask you to do another Indiana Jones? He said, I will do them to the day I die. Like, he loves Indiana Jones, Joe.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I forgot, he's in Indiana Jones 5 next year. I forgot about that.
I've never seen 4, yo. I really don't want to see 4.
Don't. Like, you don't need to. Like, that's
no. Don't worry. You don't need to tell me. I'm not going to. I'm never going to watch it. When I found out it was aliens, I'm never going to watch it. That's offensive to me.
I saw this in the theater, right? And I'll spoil it because like nobody in their right mind should watch the worst Indiana Jones. They should watch the third Indiana Jones, which is the best one.
It is. Agreed.
I'm more partial to the Temple of Doom.
Shut up. Just shut your mouth.
No, that's it. That's it.
Temple of Doom.
No.
I'm not even gonna lie.
I love Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom is the second best one.
Temple of Doom is fine.
We are going to
Sean Connery.
Yeah. What the hell?
Last Crusade.
Last Crusade. Yeah, I do like.
Yeah.
The Last Crusade is a better movie. It is, but I still really enjoy it.
Look, I get it. The Temple of Doom is a theme park ride. I get it, right? You got your little sidekick, right? It's yeah, I get it.
He's an Asian actor, you fucking bigot.
I was talking about the Screaming Woman.
Oh, that's not my problem.
Short. Yeah, all right.
Whatever.
All
Temple
right.
of Doom had the bridge scene. Fuck
that
out
woman.
here.
That woman was having sex with Steven Spielberg. That's why she got cast.
Oh, 100% true.
She couldn't even scream. Like
she was awful.
They had to hire a scream queen to come in and do the screaming for her.
Yeah, she was awful.
They made sure to get the money, all the money they could out of that scream queen. I forgot where I was going with this. I was spoiling Indiana Jones 4. Look, at the end of Indiana Jones 4, Indy gets married to Marion because she's back, and they walk out, and he's got his fedora on because Indiana Jones has no fucking couth whatsoever.
Of course not.
Bringing his goddamn fedora to his wedding, right? And as they're walking out the door, the fedora blows off, right? And it's sitting there on the ground, right? As a symbol, right? Like passing the torch moment. And Shia LaBeouf as Mutt Williams reaches down to pick up the fedora, and the entire fucking theater screamed, "No!" And then thankfully Harrison Ford picked it back up and is like, "Nah, not today, kid. I'm gonna go fuck your mom." Like, all right, guys. All right. So yeah, that's the only thing you need to know about Indiana Jones 4.
Yeah, that's enough for me. And that he survived a nuclear attack by being in a refrigerator. Okay.
Yeah, a lead-lined refrigerator.
Yeah, that's exactly how refrigerators are made.
That took quite a tumble, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it took a blast.
Nah, yo, he would have been fucking soup when they opened that thing. Like, knock it off. I've seen that scene. It's ridiculous. It just looks
every
silly.
bone in his body would have been broken.
Yeah, no, he would have just.
regardless
They would.
of surviving the blast.
They would have just poured. They would have poured him out of the ice tray when they opened that door.
A fucking Family Guy cat. When they get
The lead was able to withstand the nuclear blast, and his body was able to withstand the lead refrigerant. Like, nah, that ain't.
No, they didn't even bother.
Like, theoretically, I could throw a lead ball at him, and he would survive that shit. By that logic, right?
Yeah, that's all you need. That's all you need.
Get out of here.
Look, man, I think the idea, getting back to this, I think the idea of Captain America, New World Order, having the leader and potentially the Red Hulk, that should be fun. That should be fun. I'm interested in what that story looks like. Considering the last time Ross and Wilson tussled, it was Ross putting him in jail. So I'm sure he's got some shit to say. Please just fix that headpiece. Just fix that fucking headpiece. Just take it off. Just take it off. It looks dumb. Just looks dumb. That's the only thing. Costume looks good. Just let that woman who does all the costuming, let her work on it. She's great.
Yeah, because, like, if that's what Cyclops is going to look like, right? Like, if they take the 90s inspiration from Cyclops or Gambit, right? Like,
yeah, with the fucking
headpiece all the way up here. Nah, that's not gonna look good.
It don't look good, man. It don't look good.
Gambit's whole fucking outfit don't look good. Fight me.
Like,
it doesn't. You take that jacket off. Take that jacket off. What the fuck is Gambit wearing? a black leotard with boots that are shin guards on them that come up to his knees, and magenta, like a magenta like flak jacket or some shit?
No. Don't do that. That's rude. It's a magenta halter top. It shit makes no sense. He looks ridiculous. But with the trench coat, he weirdly looks fine. Like don't take the trench coat off. I don't care how hot it is. Please don't, because none of what you're wearing underneath looks good. Looks dumb. All right. What the fuck? Brought to you by JTD from the Edit That Out podcast. Micah, take it away.
Crab ice cream is here to test how much you really love seafood and sweets. This place has a lot of
Old
ice cream.
Bay seasoning.
I've had Old Bay ice cream. Shit's delicious.
I've had Old Bay ice cream. Have you had ice cream with crab meat in it?
That's gross. That's gross, yo. That's nasty.
No.
I would try it.
Dundalk.
This place.
Merritt Boulevard. These are all local places for us.
This place has a lot of ice cream flavors. If you are not familiar with the local cuisine, might be surprising when you first encounter them. Matcha green tea is the most famous, but you can find certain ice cream with cherry blossoms mixed in.
Japan?
Yes, it is Japan, as well as sweet red bean and roasted soybean ice cream. But this ice cream has chunks of crab meat in it.
That's really gross, man. I would try, but that sounds disgusting to me.
Yeah, I would try it. I would need to know what flavor the ice cream is. Like, is it just like, yeah, okay, so the most difficult part was figuring out.
What the fuck?
Yes, and if it's jumbo lump. If it ain't jumbo lump.
Right, if it's not jumbo lump, I'm not eating it.
What's the point? And none of that fucking breaded ass, like, crab ice cream. Nah, I don't want all that bread on it. Like, it's got to be like the real jumbo lump.
Jumbo lump. Oh, shit. Growing up here is so fucking weird. It's just so weird.
It took 2 years to develop this ice cream, and quote, the most difficult part was figuring out how to harmoniously combine the flavors of crab with vanilla ice cream. Yeah, I tried.
Because you're not supposed to. They're like, it took us 2 years to figure it out. Nigga, this is not a thing you were supposed to ever do. They're like, nah, don't worry about it. We're going to keep working on it. That's wild.
Is it like real crab or is it imitation
Imitation crab is fucking gross.
It can't be imitation crab. If I'm flying all the way to fucking Japan, a nation full of fucking islands, then it better be real crab.
Nah,
Right?
yo.
Those people, nah, yo.
Imitation crab. Imitation crab is what I think slavery tastes like. Like, it is the worst fucking thing I've ever had. It's awful. It's awful. They try. What is it like? Isn't it like some type of fish?
For those of you that may not know what
fuck is
imitation crab meat is, it's the crab meat in a California roll. Like that shit is imitation
What
crab
the
meat.
fuck is it?
And
It's
White
it's
relish.
crab
it's like
stick.
It's a stick. It's like a polio for crab, right? Like a string cheese strip, but like for crab.
It's pulverized white fish. It tastes gross. Like, if somebody's like, "Hey man, you trying to holler at this crab stick?" Nah, you'll fight them. You'll fight them. You know, it's disgusting. No, it does not taste like crab meat at all.
Apparently, there's also a cup noodle ice cream, which
No.
just sounds like the devil to me.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't sound ill.
What's
That
worse? What's
sounds-
worse? Is the cup noodle worse than the back fin ice cream?
Well, I'm biased. I have a vendetta against cup noodle. Ever since I saw
Fucking Final Fantasy.
all these, ever since I played Final Fantasy 15, and there was just nothing but fucking blatant cup noodle ads in this fantasy land where I'm fighting giant tortoises and I have swords that come out of my hands magically. But I go to a food truck and buy cup noodle. No,
Oh, you need to
Fuck.
replenish your electrolytes.
fuck
Whatever it is you get from cup noodle.
Get your fucking whack ass ads out of my fantasy video game.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, I'm 100% trying this.
Yeah, I would try this. I definitely would. I think I would try, of the two, crab or cup noodle. I think I would be more inclined to try crab. I just because I'm from Maryland. Like,
I would. Yeah, me too. This is just ice cream. How the fuck did it take 2 years to develop vanilla ice cream with crab meat in it? Nigga, it says this is straight up ice cream with chunks of crab meat in it. What? How does that work?
Yeah, they didn't do anything to it. That's really
It was
funny.
like,
They figured out after 2 years to just stop caring.
yeah, they
Which
just
is-
figured like, fuck it, I just throw crab in it. I don't.
Yeah, just keep it simple, stupid. Like, well, we don't have to
Right.
crab flavor, right? That's what they did, right? They tried different crab flavors to inject into the ice cream so that you didn't have to have like just hunks of crab meat in it. And then they were just like, you know what? Crab is pungent enough that it will infect this entire pint of ice cream. Let's just throw fucking crab in it.
And somebody tried and they were like, this is some good ass crab ice cream. Like, this shit works. So like I've had different types, like I've obviously had Maryland crabs like all my life. You know, they put that shit in your baby bottle over here. But I've had different crab like when I went overseas. Like in Singapore they have like salt egg crab, where they basically like they kind of soak it in this like salt egg mixture, right? So it gets all in the meat. That was pretty good. They have black pepper crab. That shit is delicious. Like that to me is the best. And then they have like I forget what the other one is, which is like their signature one, which is also really good. It's like a kind of a slightly sweeter one. But that salt pepper crab one, like it almost has like a smoky flavor to it. That's actually pretty good. But they kind of make it in the same way we make it.
The way you described it sounds like you just ordered it from a fucking corner store.
Yeah,
Can I get salt pepper crab?
Yeah, I know.
I love salt pepper crab.
That shit is good, man.
Fried hard.
Fried hard.
I don't like that. I hate that. I hate fried hard chicken. I can't stand it. And I don't get salt pepper ketchup. I get salt pepper.
Yeah,
sauce.
fried hard. That just means burnt, nigga. What the
Chili crab. Chili crab is the other one.
I've seen chili crab. That shit looks delicious.
It is very good. It's very good.
Yeah.
And their crabs are bigger too. Like they're kind of
They're
like
fucking huge.
they're like Dungeness crabs. Like they're really large. So highly recommend.
It costs $120 a bushel.
No,
Fucking outrageous.
no, yo, you can just like that's the thing over there because it's an island.
It's so fucking abundant.
They're just abundant, right? Like you just go like the best crabs I had when I was there. We ate at like this outdoor restaurant, I guess you could call it, but it was just like it looked like a cafeteria like outside. It was just like a bunch of like tables and people just like sat down and they were just like, "What kind of crab you want?" And it was like mad cheap.
My wife is always asking for crab. First of all, my wife hates when I put Old Bay on stuff, but is always asking for crabs.
Did you use Old Bay on crabs?
They're already seasoned on crabs.
All right, I'm just checking. I don't know how it goes over there. Like, yeah,
no, I put Old Bay in like eggs and shit. And she's just like, yeah, until she eats it. And then it's like, oh, what you do to this? Yeah, salt, pepper, Old Bay. How about that?
Wait, salt, pepper, and Old Bay? Nigga, Old Bay already has salt in
all of it, isn't it? Nigga, you trying to give yourself a fucking heart attack.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Man, I need to wake up in the morning.
Wait, this is your coffee? Salt, pepper, Old Bay eggs? What the fuck? Your heart is like, I'm awake. Relax. Damn, take it easy.
And she's like, oh yeah, let's see, let's ask your parents if they'll buy some crabs. And I'm like,
wait, what? Crabs are mad expensive, dude.
You got crab money? Because
she got crab money, yo. Y'all got crab money.
Y'all have crab money.
Not have crab money. Get the fuck out of here. We ain't got crab money.
That just goes to show you.
Look, we do very well for ourselves. We ain't got crab money.
It just goes to show you how expensive crabs are. Even if you're doing well, you're like, whoa, nigga, how much are crabs? Like, you gotta relax. The last time my wife and I had crabs, it was like we went out on a date night and we went to a place that had like unlimited crabs, like for a certain price, and we went on a time it wasn't unlimited. We were like, oof, this is the price? Like, huh? Nah, it was like this. Get five. Get five. We split
you
five.
Gotta pull your money. And we live in Maryland.
Right. I can't imagine what crabs are anywhere else.
Elsewhere. God damn.
Crabs are expensive
That's
as
nuts.
fuck. Yeah.
Then they try to sneak. Then here's all you can eat crabs. And then they just be like medium crabs and shit, like medium female crabs. Like, nah.
Yeah, they mad small.
You gotta get these little fucking things out of my face.
I will say
like a kitchen bag. What the fuck?
I will say the one place that we go downtown that has unlimited crabs, like Monday through Thursday or something like that. Like it's pretty legit. Like it's like I think it's like $35 or $40, and it's unlimited. It's not bad, and they don't do that thing where you go to an unlimited place and they're just like you can't find the waiter. You be like, "Yo, I'm out," and you be like, "Huh? What?" you searching for 40 minutes. Like they keep it coming. So, but nah, going on a regular day, I was like, what kind of fucking prices are these? $100? I'm like, no, bring me the smallest ones you have. Bring me the crickets you have in the back. I'm not paying for these jumbos. Knock it off. So, Terrence, you're up next.
A woman's anus tore apart after slipping off the back of a jet ski with her driver accelerated.
I'm sorry. Could you read the title again, really please?
Irritating, God damn.
Can you read the title?
Anus tore apart after slipping off back of jet ski when her driver accelerated. Woman landed on her backside with the chassis caught between her legs. Doctors found a 2-inch cut from her tailbone to the back of her anus. She had to have a colostomy bag fitted after surgery to sew up the wounds.
Oh, Florida.
A jet ski? Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Damn. It's wildly Melbourne.
It's Melbourne?
Australia.
Okay. The unidentified 22-year-old who lives in Australia slipped off the back when the driver accelerated. She agonizingly landed on her backside with the chassis caught between her legs, striking her perineum, the area between the anus and the genitals.
The taint, if you will.
Isn't that what happened to There was an adult film actress who recently jumped into like a ball pit, but the ball pit wasn't as deep as she thought it was, and she like broke her ass.
I think I said, was it on video?
Yeah, she jumped up in the air and did like a split or some shit, like trying to show off, and fucking landed on her ass, broke her ass.
That's not a real story.
It is.
That's not a real story. That's not a real story.
I can't remember who the fuck it was. I don't know if it was a porn star.
No, Twitch streamer.
It was
Adriana.
Porn. Okay, Google her name,
what?
then, nigga.
What's her
Google
name?
her name.
What is her name?
I mean, Adriana Chechik.
Yeah, she is a porn star.
Is she?
Yeah.
I recognize that name.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Well, all right.
She is a porn star.
I mean, these images aren't telling me that she's not. So.
So yeah, this woman. That's just. Ow.
She broke her ass. Was her ass real? Like did she just damage property that she already paid for, or like?
Her medics said severe anorectal injuries like the one she suffered are uncommon, but typically arise from high-speed jet ski accidents. Well, that's a
common thing.
No, uncommon.
Oh,
but they typically arise from high-speed jet ski accidents. So what that tells me is I don't need to get on jet ski.
Well, I just like to say that yes, this woman is a porn star. Upon further research, she seems to be. There is a clip of her getting.
She's a
what is the term?
Porn star with a capital P.
Yeah, she's getting what's the term? Railed.
Capital P.
Dressed as the Joker for Halloween. That's a bit weird.
Capital P, and that rhymes with D, and that stands for what she took.
Wow. This is extreme. This is a lot of extreme behavior. Anyway, move on to the old spank bank. I'm kidding. She's a little too thin for me. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Sounds very painful.
Yeah, pretty bad.
I don't need to get on a jet ski, like I said. I'm good.
I've been on a jet ski. I've never jumped off.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
No, he accelerated and
she fell off.
She fell off. Yeah, no.
Well, note to anybody on the jet ski: always be driving. I don't know what else to tell you. God damn. Yeah, this is fucked up. That title is just really unacceptable. Yeah, it's really, really unacceptable.
Woman's anus tore apart. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's not a professional.
You couldn't say that in a more softer way. Fucking awful.
Speaking of what I can only assume is the title written by something from like the what is it? The New York Post. 88 dogs rescued from Chinese dog meat market or meat trade. Canines to be given to families in New York.
Boo.
They eat a lot of shit in other countries that we would never think about eating.
Yeah. Canine rescue organization No Dogs Left Behind just saved the lives of 88 dogs as they were part of a Chinese meat trade in Beijing. Now the pups are on their way to meet new families in New York. This is by far the largest transport that we've ever done. Nearly 140 dogs will be transported to the States in early 2021. Quote, these dogs are my heroes. The adopters are my heroes who've waited for their dogs for almost a year now. And every dog walks the streets is an ambassador for the cruelty-free movement that we're fighting for. Micah, how upset are you?
I think you misread the headline. I'm looking at another headline that's talking about this story. Terrorist organization steals food from the mouths of Asian children. That's what's going on here.
You're an asshole.
Look. In all seriousness, okay. Before anybody pitches a fit, okay. In all seriousness, I do not like dogs, but I do respect the fact that they are living creatures, and human beings typically don't eat them. And if you save a bunch of dogs, that's wonderful. I'm very happy for you. But like, make no mistake. If it comes down to if it's to the three of us and a dog and somebody got to get eaten, the fucking dog is getting eaten.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I own a dog.
Yeah, I got Larry season salt. My fucking fuck. What are you talking about? Like, no, get the fuck out of here. I don't know what dog tastes like. I don't really think I want to. But like I said,
no, I don't
eat all kind of shit.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, we eat cows, yo. Like, we eat cows. Oil.
Yeah, Indians think that's fucking weird. Like,
yeah,
right? It's not that crazy.
Let cows kind of fucking walk around.
Yeah, well, they're religiously, deified or whatever. But I don't think it's that weird. I mean, dogs and cows are sentient beings, right? Like, and I guess people think, it's weirder because dogs are pretty smart. Like, a lot of dogs are pretty smart. Yeah, chickens are smart too. Like, what the fuck? Like, we eat the fuck out of chickens. Like, we don't give a fuck.
We eat chicken so much we think everything tastes like them.
Right. Like, so I don't judge other cultures for eating dogs. If I was in China and someone offered me dog, I would not eat it. I wouldn't. Like, I wouldn't try it because I have a dog and I care for my dog. And that's okay. Like, if somebody was like, you want some chicken? And they were like, no, I raise chickens and chickens are, part of my, my daily life. And that, I consider them part of my family or whatever. I'd be like, I get that. Like, I'm not going to force you to eat it. And I wouldn't judge Chinese folks for eating dogs or whatever. I think it's a stupid thing to like stand in judgment over other people. I'm like,
all right, other countries, other cultures eat horse. We don't eat horse.
Right. I hear horse is delicious.
Eat everything.
Yeah.
And use every part of everything.
Yeah.
That y'all call slave food.
Micah?
They just eat tripe just regularly. It's the same. That's just chitlins.
No thanks.
Same shit.
No, I'm all right.
Literally.
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right.
No,
I'm good.
I had tripe in something before, like, again, when I was in Singapore, and I was like, I don't need this. I don't need it. They're like, you like? I'm like,
it's like, would they put a bunch of chilies in it?
It's like, yeah, exactly.
That's
like,
what they do. It's like they just put like this meat.
It's mad hot. It's just mad hot.
Like, and it'll taste fine. Okay.
Like, no. I see. Yeah, like, nice try, motherfucker. Like, no, this is garbage. This is the shit part of the pig. Like, you can give me something else. Where's a ham hock? Put a ham hock in here. Like, come on now. No, I don't judge people for that. Look, 88 dogs being rescued. Okay, that's cool. But I don't judge people for eating dogs if that's what they want to do. Just don't ask me to eat it. I'm not gonna eat it. Or you can ask me. Just don't be offended when I tell you no. Like that's
I'm probably not gonna eat it. I'm more interested in how it's made.
See, you're an asshole. You're such an asshole. Like, it's like, just show me the facilities. Like, this is where they do it? Like, all right, cool. Like, do you want something?
It's probably an open air meat market.
100%.
You probably don't really want to see it because it's probably probably cut it up.
Yeah, given what we just went through, no, thank you. I'm good.
Torch the fucking fur and then go at it. Ew.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeesh.
Oh, what a weird fucking headline. Okay. Wow, that guy is a flat earther. That's crazy. That is a fucking moron. Trailers this week. Avatar Way of the Water trailer 2. Look, I think, again, we had mentioned earlier, this is a really beautiful trailer. Like, it looks really good. I mean, I don't think anyone could deny that. The one thing that I do notice, though, that I wonder how that will translate in when this comes out. I think people forget that this movie is almost entirely CGI, right? Like, because people complain about it's too much CGI in all these movies or whatever. Like, are people sick of CGI, or are people sick of CGI that's just not quite as good as this?
I think the issue is that when people see CGI, they see it juxtaposed to real life. If it's all or nothing, I think people won't have that much of an issue with it, because the eye, your eye and your brain realize, oh, okay, I'm in this world. This world looks like this. These people look like this.
Sure.
If you flip flop back and forth, or worse, if you have CGI scenes next to human scenes, actual film scenes, then you subconsciously know, oh, okay, well, I'm not actually looking at a big green monster standing next to Chris Evans. I'm looking at a computer generated image standing next to Chris Evans. And that's when you're like, all right, like, that's why animated movies work, right? Like,
Right.
that's why you don't see too much. That's why when you do see a film that is animated with live action elements, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, like, the shit better be on point. Because if it's not, it's going to look too jarring. It instead of looking like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, it'll look like Cool World.
Right? That did not work out well.
No, it didn't. So it's a delicate balance. I don't think people will complain about this because it's all CG. So they're
largely CG. I mean, there are definitely regular human characters in this movie.
Oh, there are.
Yeah, of course.
My big thing about Avatar is it's going to make all the money in the world, and it does look beautiful, right? Like, it looks amazing. I don't like the design of the Na'vi. I just, there's something about them that is very off-putting to me.
You hate cats. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, that is probably it. Yeah, I don't. Like, this movie has to be, like, now that I've seen Avatar, like, I kind of get it, right? I get what James Cameron can do. Like, people are going to have to say that this is literally the greatest film of all time for me to, like, rush out and see it. Because I can't. And look, it might be because it's James Cameron, yo. Like,
No, it's not.
The first movie wasn't the greatest movie of all time. It was just probably one of, it was just technologically incredible. And look, this seems, the wild thing is, as good as the CGI is, and it is incredible. I've never seen CGI that's this good. As good as it is, it looks like the first movie. Right? Like, I don't feel like they're like, oh, underwater stuff. And that may be the thing that really is like, brings it like over the top. But I'm not seeing anything in this movie right now, and it's impressive. And the CGI in the original movie still holds up. Like, it really does. I'm not seeing anything that I think like, wow, this is like leaps and bounds above the original. I'm like, this is on par with the original. And then, so then what I think is, well, what lacked in the original? Story. That's the first thing I think of. And so I'm like, the story has to be great. If the story is great, I'll be honest. If the story is great, then that's good. That's a great thing. But if the story is mediocre and all of his energy and time went into sustaining this level of CGI, which is cool, that doesn't make a good movie for me. It just doesn't.
There's one bit in the trailer at 1 minute and 56 seconds where they are like trying to escape some water that's flooding an area.
That looks incredible, dude.
No, it
does. Like the water like glistening off of the skin, and like that shot looks amazing to me.
Yeah, it does. It's very. You know what it looks like? It looks like the Abyss.
Yeah.
No, no, this is real water. Like, that's water. That's not CG. Like, they're CG, but like he directed these movies around the water. That's why he had them like train to hold their breath for like 6 minutes at a time or some shit like that. So that's like insane. All of the water you see, the majority of it is kind of like, yeah, they really filmed the shit in water.
That's going to be impressive.
Really hard on like water effects, because water is really hard to do, like really hard.
Yeah, it never looks
like
good.
It never really looks quite good. But no, that's actual water. It's just however he superimposed them into the water. I don't know how the fuck he pulled that off. Again,
it looks amazing.
Yeah,
it does.
It looks absolutely. Like, remember back in the day, like that's how we used to judge like the quality of video game graphics. Like, but how the water look though?
Yeah,
like Wave Race 64 looked amazing. Right, that game first came out. Yeah.
The water real, yo. It's look real. Like, so look, I think people shouldn't take away from just the objective quality of this movie. Like from a visual perspective, it looks incredible. It really does. But again, my big thing is the story there? If the story is there, hey man, I'll praise it all day. But a lot of time and effort has been taken to make it look really, really good. Is enough time being taken to generate a story worth a damn? I don't know. I don't know. In the past, I would say no. We'll see with this one. But do I think that it will like outdo the first movie? No.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it'll come close.
It might, because I've seen a lot of people really hype for this.
I mean, it got 28 million views in like 2 days or whatever, or 1 day, which is really, really impressive. But at the same time, like, we live in a very different world. Pandemic is still going on. Some people are pretty leery about that. I just don't see it getting 56 weeks in the theater like the original got, or some crazy shit like that. I just don't see that.
I feel like he's gonna make it happen.
Do you think it'll outdo the first one? Do you think it'll do like that, like 2.8 billion or whatever the fuck it was, or 2.3 billion?
I think he's going to try his best to keep this movie in the theaters as long as humanly possible. And I think he has that kind of sway, just like Tom Cruise had them hold Top Gun Maverick, because he desperately wanted people to see it in a theater, and that movie made all the money this year.
It made a ton. Yeah.
So I think, and I think part of me thinks like this is just like a dick measuring thing for James Cameron, right? Like
it 100% is.
Yeah, and I think he's going to do it whatever it takes to keep this movie in theaters as long as humanly possible, to the point where it's like back in the day, kids, we didn't get movies 4 months after the initial release to be able to watch them, to be able to own them, let alone 45 days to watch them at home, right? Like we had to wait years for movies to be pressed onto VHS, and before we could buy them, right? So I think I wouldn't be surprised if this thing is in theaters for like 6 to 8 months.
You think so?
6 to 8 months?
I wouldn't be surprised, yo. Even if it's just like one screen, just trying to get as much money as it possibly can, because he wants to outdo himself. He wants to outdo Avatar.
I don't see that. I don't see that movie having that kind of legs. I just don't see it having that kind of legs.
If I do decide to see it, I have to see it in 3D. I'm not gonna.
You
I don't
have
give
to.
a fuck how good it looks. Like I don't like. Again, I've never seen the entirety of that movie twice. The first one.
No.
So for one time in the movie theater, I'm like, this is amazing, and I've tried to watch it repeatedly, and I can't do it because the story is just. There is no story. I mean, there is, but like it's just not compelling, and I don't give a fuck about any of the characters. But some people really love them, so good for them.
So Endgame was in the theater 140 days domestically, right? That's nowhere near the amount of time. That's 20 weeks. That's nowhere near the amount of time that Avatar was in, which was like, I'm pretty sure was like double the time.
So Endgame was there for 4.5 months, basically.
Right. I don't know, man. I would be really surprised if they let that sit for that fucking long. Like, that's a long fucking time. But maybe, I mean, I guess if the movie's still making money, like, again, it was there for 140 days. Meanwhile, and I'm just talking domestically, meanwhile, Avatar was in theaters domestically for 234. And everyone's like, oh, it beat out Endgame again. But like, yo, it was in the theater mad long, like a lot longer. That's insane.
That's 7.8 months, yo.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Like when they closed out, and like it was ridiculous, right? Because when they closed out, the daily numbers by the end were like $4,000, $5,000. They were just milking it for every little ounce of money they could get. Right? That makes no sense. Like at one point, August 2nd, it ended its run on August 8th. August 2nd, it made $571 nationwide. Why is it still in the fucking theater at that point? You know what I mean? Like that's ridiculous. Like,
it took me a minute to register that. You just say $500?
$500, dude. And it stayed and it was like, oh well, you know, then the next day on that Tuesday it made $772. They're like, oh, it's back up. And then it made $800. And then all of a sudden on that Thursday it made $5,000, and then $2,000, $3,000, and then $3,998 was the last day. So they just kept it even when it wasn't making jack shit for money. Because it was like, this is a phenomenon, right? So that
a global phenomenon, because it only made $785 million domestic. It should have made $2 billion international.
Right. And look, and I've long said that. Like, I don't think it's going to make a crazy amount of, I don't think it's going to make nearly the same amount of money that the original made. But domestically, I think it's definitely not going to do that amazing. I don't think it will. I think largely Americans are going to be like, okay, we'll see it in 45 days. Like, I don't really give a fuck. I don't think so. But
yeah, because they've seen it before.
Yeah.
Because it looks like the first one. Like you said, it looks like the first one. It's like, this doesn't look like any. I mean, again, it looks beautiful because the first one was beautiful. But like, this isn't anything that I haven't seen in another movie.
Yeah. And
it probably is, but from the trailer, it doesn't really look that much more amazing than anything that I haven't seen before.
No, it doesn't.
To me, at least. I don't know.
Yeah, to me, it doesn't either. That doesn't mean I'm not interested to see what he does. Like my biggest thing with Cameron is I think Cameron is an incredibly talented filmmaker. I want to see what he does. Right? Like he's a guy who wants to top himself. Like he's like, look, I made the fucking best CGI movie ever. Like he did. Can he beat that, or can he just sustain that? I feel like he's going to want to beat that. So I want to see what he does. So I mean, look. In the UK, it made $150 million, dude. Like, it did incredibly well. It was also there for 43 fucking weekends.
That's crazy.
Right? By the end, like that last weekend, it made $33,000. Like, they were just squeezing out dollars at that point. You know, I don't know, man. What the fuck? Who cares? You know, so I don't know. You know, shout out to
43 weekends. Good Lord, dude.
It's almost a year, yo. That's getting close to a fucking entire year.
2 weeks in a year.
Right.
That's silly. Like, that shit is silly.
Right. Like, and so when people talk about Avatar, and look, don't get me wrong, it is a cinematic fucking milestone. But it was also a movie that was out in the theaters for damn near an entire year. Like, it was. It was. You know, oh, well, you know, people are still going to see it. But, like, again, nigga, it made $500 on one day. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, what is that? Like, oh, shit, it made $500 on Tuesday. Why is it still here? Go. Knock it off. So, look, I'm interested to see what he does. I'm not going to pretend I'm not going to see it. I'm definitely going to see it. But I just don't feel the need to be like crazy hyped about it. I just don't. So we'll see. All right. Any parting words there, gentlemen, before we get out of here?
I am going to pretend that I'm not going to see it.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Everybody's got to take a stance. All right. That's it for us. We will see you guys next week.
See ya.
Thank you.